Hey everyone, welcome to another video tutorial from SFDC Stop, and in this video we are going to learn how we can convert a component blueprint into a reusable base Lightning Web component, right? So let's say I want to create a new Lightning Web component. So what I'll do, I'll just go to my component library and I'll search for the components that I can reuse into my own component, right? For example, I want to create a Lightning card. I'll directly search for card and I'll see how I can reuse this particular Lightning card, which is a part of the Lightning component library, in order to create a card in my component. Let's say I want to use a button. So I can simply search for button and I can see how I can reuse a Lightning button in my own Lightning Web component, right? So there are a lot of components, or I can say around 90% of the components that are a part of Salesforce Lightning Design System are present in the Lightning Web Component Library that are reusable, so that I can reuse them, right? But there is a situation, or I can say sometimes it happens that we cannot reuse the things that are present in the Lightning Web Component Library, right? So in that case, or let's say I want to use a component which is not present in this Lightning Web Component Library. So in that case, what we need to do, we need to switch back to the Lightning design system and we need to have a look at the component blueprint, and we need to convert this into our own LWC component which is reusable, so that we can reuse it everywhere I want to apply that particular component, right? Okay, so in our case, I am going to use this particular summary detail component. So this component is not present in the Lightning Web Component library. So let me just show you this. Let me search for summary, and here you can see it is not present as a Lightning Web component and as an Aura component as well, right? So we'll see how we can convert this summary component or this particular HTML into a Lightning Web component which is reusable, so that we can reuse that particular component similar to a base component, right? Okay, so I have created a very simple summary component which is nothing but an empty Lightning Web component as of now. And the first thing that I need to find out is what is the data that I need to pass into my summary component, right? So as you can see here, my summary component will be having a title and it will be having a body, and it is also going to have a badge as well. So for now, I'm not considering this particular badge. I'm just going to consider the title and the body, right? So I'm going to move on to my JS, and I'm going to create two attributes here. So the first attribute is title and the second attribute is description or the body, right? You can also name it as body. I'm just naming it as description. Okay, and I want to pass the data about the title and description from my parent component, from where I'm calling this summary component, right? So that's why I need to use the API decorator, so that I can pass the values for this title and description for my parent component, right? Let's say the default value of my title will be nothing but this particular summary title. So I can say it will be summary title, and the default value of the description will be nothing but this description, right? So I can say the default value of description is nothing but description. Okay, and that's it. Okay, so once I have the data, the next thing that we need to check that what are the states of my Lightning component that I'm going to create. So the component that I'm going to create is going to have two states, as we can see here. This is the open state where I can view the description of my summary, and this is the closed state where I cannot view the description of my summary, right? So there are two kind of states. So in order to keep this state, I'm going to create another attribute which is also an API attribute, and I'm going to name it as, let's say, open. And initially the value of this open is false. So I can say that initially my summary component is not open, it will be closed, right? Okay, so once all these things are created, what we need to do, we just need to update our HTML according to the data which is passed into our JavaScript file. So what I can do, I can copy the markup from this particular HTML, which is nothing but a blueprint, and I can use it according to my Lightning Web components. So I'm just going to paste it here for now, and let me show you quickly what this HTML is saying, right? So this is the SVG, and we have two divs inside a div. So this is the first div which is going to having, which is having the heading, and this is the second div which is having the body, right? So inside my summary component, first of all, I'm having a, I can say, button icon, right? So this is a button icon which is behaving like a button. Like when I click on this, it will convert into this particular button, and it will be having a title. And when I click on this again, the state will be changed to open, and it will show me this text, right? And in case the state is open, the button icon is a downward arrow, and in case the state is closed, the button icon is a, I can say, rightwards arrow, right? So first of all, I need to find which icon is this, then only I can create a button icon, right? So let's just move on to the icon section of my lighting design system. So this is just lighting design system icons, right? And here I can search for an icon. And what is the icon I want? I want a downward arrow and I want a rightwards arrow, right? So let's just search for down, and I think I can use this particular icon, which is nothing but chevron down under the utility category, right? So let me just keep a note of it. The icon for down is nothing but chevron down, okay? And the icon for right, let me just search that as well. So the icon for right is nothing but chevron right, right? So I can reuse the icon for right, which will be nothing but chevron right. And both these icons are a category of utility icons, right? Okay. Now, instead of using this particular SVG and span, I can simply use something else because I have a lot of components in my Lightning component library that I can reuse, right? And one of that component is nothing but a button icon. So let's just search for button icon. Okay, so I can reuse this button icon component in order to create a button icon for my summary component, right? So this button icon is having various variants, and I think this variant will work for us because it is not having any kind of border. It is just having the particular icon and that's it, right? So I can specify a lightning button icon and I can give the icon name and alternative text as well as title, and I can also specify the variant attribute to bear, right? Let's just do that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use a lightning button icon. This button icon will be having a variant attribute as bear. So variant will be nothing but bear. Okay. It will be having an icon hyphen name, which is nothing but chevron right or chevron down. So there can be two icon names. So I'm just going to keep it empty for now, and we'll see how we can keep these two icon names in one, right? And apart from this, we are going to have an alternative text. So alternative hyphen text, and this alternative text will be nothing but this particular assistive text, right? So I can simply copy and paste it here. And I think apart from this, we can have a title as well. So simply I can specify the same text in the title as well, right? And I think that's it. Okay, so the only thing remaining is the icon name. And in case I want to specify a chevron down icon, I can specify it like this: utility colon chevron down. Okay, because it is the down icon from the utility category, right? So that's why I can specify it like this: utility colon chevron down. Because if you check out the documentation, you will see this is how the utility icons are being displayed, right? And in case I want to specify the right icon, it will be utility colon chevron right. Okay, so let's just delete all this code for now because I don't want a button now. I have already used a lightning button icon and this will work. Okay, and let's see how our component is looking first of all, and then we'll see what we can do. Okay, so as you can see here, I'm going to have a chevron down icon that I have hard coded here, which is utility colon chevron down. And apart from this, my summary title is coming and the body of my summary is coming, right? So it is coming perfectly fine. Okay, now what I want two types of icons, chevron down and chevron right, and it depends on the state of my summary, right? Whether the state is open or closed. So let's just first of all define the state of my summary. In order to define the state, I have already used a variable here which is nothing but open, and I can say that I can say let's just define a getter named as summary icon, and this summary icon will give me what kind of icon I need to display. So if my, let's just return this. So if my state is open, in case my state is open, the icon will be nothing but chevron down, right? So in case the state is open, the icon will be chevron down. So I can say the icon will be this particular icon, utility colon chevron down, right? So let me just specify it here. The icon will be chevron down, and in case the state is closed, in that case the icon will be utility colon chevron right, right? So I can say the icon will be chevron right, and that's it. Okay, so based on the open state, I can specify the summary icon, and I can use this summary icon into my HTML. So instead of just hard coding an icon, I can specify that my icon name is nothing but the summary icon, right? So this is a summary icon that I'm using over here. Okay, so here you can see initially my state is closed because open is equal to false, so my state is closed. That is why it is showing me a right icon. But in case my open is true, it will show me a down icon, right? Okay. Now I need to toggle the state on click of this button, because on click of this button I want that if the summary is open it should be closed, if it is closed it should be open again, right? So let's do that. What I can do, I can just go to my lightning button icon, and I can define an on click handler over here. So on click I want to toggle the state of my summary component, right? So on click I'll be calling the toggle state function, and let's just define this function. So I can say toggle state, and this dot open is equal to not of this dot open, right? So what I'm doing, I'm saying that if the open state is false it will become true, and in case it is true it will become the not of true, which will be false. So on click of this button I can toggle the state, and I can change this variable's value to true or false, right? If it is true it will be showing the down icon, and if it is false it will be showing the right icon. Let's just check out our component. So initially it's false, it is showing the right icon. On clicking this, it is showing the down icon because now it's true. On clicking this again, it is showing the right icon again because it is false now, right? So this is true, this is false, this is true, this is false, okay? Yeah, so the next thing that we need to do is to hide the summary in case my state is false, and to show the summary in case my state is open or true, right? So what can I do? I can simply, but I need to change this class as well, because SLDS is open is only used whenever the summary is open, right? Because I think if I remove this class, maybe it will be hidden automatically. Let's just try that once. So I'm going to save it, and let's see what will happen. Yeah, so here we can see that it is automatically being hidden whenever that class is not here. So it is automatically working. Like if SLDS is open class is here, it will show this particular div, otherwise it won't show this particular div, right? So I can simply change the class or remove the class from here to hide the thing, right? Okay, so what can we do? We can make this class as dynamic. So how we can create a dynamic class? Let's just define an attribute for that as well. And this attribute won't be an API attribute. It will be a simple attribute, and let's name it as summary class. Okay, and the value of this summary class will be this particular class. Okay, so I'm just going to copy it from here, and I'm going to paste it here. Okay. Or I can say instead of defining an attribute, we should define a getter. Let's just convert this into a getter. It will be easier, right? So get summary class, and I can check it here that if my I can say summary component is open, it should have a class like this, right? In other words, or I can say in other case, it should have a class without open class, right? So it should have just this particular class, right? And in my HTML I can simply say that class is equal to nothing but summary class, and that's it, right? Okay, so this is a summary class property, and in case my summary component is open it will be having a class like this. In case the summary class the summary component is closed, it will be having a class like this, and I think this will automatically show or hide my summary in my summary component, right? Okay, I think we haven't returned it, so let's just return this, right? Okay, so now we can see that initially my state is closed, now my state is opened, now it is closed, now it is opened, and now it is closed, right? Okay, so the last thing that I think which is remaining is to bind our title and description to our component, right? Because we have defined a title and description over here, but we haven't binded it to our component, right? So I'm going to say that my title will be nothing but the value of my title attribute, and I can replace it here as well. Title is equal to title, right? And I can say that the body of my summary component will be the body, or I can say the value of my description attribute. So I can bind the description attribute over here, right? And I think that's it, right? So the value of my title attribute is by default summary title, and description is by default the description which was given. So it should show me the same component again. So as you can see here, the title is this and the description is this. But this time the title and description is coming from my JavaScript, because as you can see in the HTML body, I don't have any kind of title or description defined, right? So what we have done, we have defined a dynamic icon based on the state, and also we have defined the dynamic class based on the state, and that completes our summary component, right? Okay, so now it's time to try our summary component, and in order to try that, I have created a new component, which is a container component named as summary title container. And this component is just going to have a lightning card, which is having a title as persons list. And inside the body, I have called my summary components again and again. So this is the first summary component, with a title as Richard Hendricks and description as Richard is the CEO and founder of Pied Piper, right? Second summary component with title as Monica and description as she is the business head. Third summary component with title as Dinesh and description as this particular description, right? And I have kept my second summary component as open by default. So this is a Boolean attribute which I have kind of exposed to my parent component, right? So that is why I have just kept it like this, because in case of a Boolean attribute, you don't need to specify any value. If you keep it, it is true by default, and if you don't keep it, it is false. Okay. So this summary component should be opened initially, and all these summary components will be closed. Okay. Okay, so let's preview our container component as well. And here you can see we have a person's list and we have three summary components. The first is Richard Hendricks, which is open and closed. The second is by default open, but it can be closed as well. And the third is Dinesh. He's a software engineer and he is the CEO and founder, and she is the business head, right? So this is how, I mean, we can create our own summary component, or we can create any kind of lightning component which is not present in the lightning components library by just having a look at, I can say, the blueprint, and we can create our own component, and by applying some kind of JavaScript we can make it work, right? So this is how, I mean, a summary component, a reusable summary component I should say, can be created very easily and can be reused as well. Okay. Yeah, so I'll share one link with you, which is regarding the blueprint overview. So this blueprint overview link is, I mean, this page is basically showing us which all components in the SLDS library are available as Lightning components, first of all. And it is also showing us that which components are having a responsive design or a responsiveness, and which components are having styling hooks inside them. So all the support for styling hooks, responsiveness, adaptiveness is shown in this particular table, right? Because it is possible that some component is available as a lightning component or a base lightning component, but it is not responsive. So maybe you need to create a custom component for that, right? So I'll share this link in the description of the video. I'll share all the code that we used over here for creating our summary component in the description of the video as well. And yeah, that completes our blueprints, that how we can use component blueprints to create our own Salesforce Lightning based components. In the next video we'll have a look at the SLDS design tokens and the custom design tokens, and how we can use them to design our Lightning web components, right? So I hope you like this tutorial, and all the code will be uploaded to the GitHub repository, and I'll share the link. And let me know your feedback in the comments down below. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, have a good day. Bye bye.